Hi, I'm Eddie Mam here from Metropole Property Strategists. Now, mistakes are a part of life, and property investment is certainly no different. But wouldn't it be nice to know which mistakes you could avoid? That's why we're producing this weekly series of short videos, and the topic of today's video comes from a question left on our website in response to a previous video that we did. So I'm going to ask Michael Yardney to answer it. Welcome, Michael.
Hi, Ahmed.
So Paula Lean Parkdale from Victoria left the following question, Michael. I'm keen to get into property investment, but I don't want to make the same mistakes that other beginning investors make. What are the common errors I should avoid? Over to you, Michael.
Well, good question, Paula, and I guess that's why we're putting this series of videos together. I think what happens is we tend to read the success stories in magazines, on blogs, on podcasts, but they don't talk a lot about people's failures. And in my mind, you can learn more about failures, mistakes, than you can from people's successes. In fact, they should write a book about all the property investor mistakes, but it probably wouldn't be as popular, would it, Ahmed? Anyway, I think the first step, Paul, is to become better educated. A lot of beginning investors get into property investment thinking they understand about real estate because they've lived in a house or they've rented a property, but that's a mistake, and that's why so many investors fail. Knowing your local neighbourhood is not like knowing property markets. It's not understanding how the property investment game works. So you've got to learn about finance, about tax, about the economy, about property cycles, about investment principles. And another good shortcut, Paula, would be to get some mentors, people who've done things that you want to achieve, what you already want to achieve. And I guess another good tip, Paula, is to avoid salespeople. There are so many people out there sounding like they're on your side, whether they're the property marketers or even some people selling mentorship programs who've got a vested interest. So if you are going to take advice, take it from people who are independent, who are unbiased, rather than people who've got something to sell. Next quick lesson, Paula, would be to be realistic in your expectations. Don't be impatient. You know, you get these emails in your inbox, buy 7 properties in 7 minutes or 10 properties in 10 years. No, it doesn't work that way. Wealth creation's a slow process. But I know that you read about the stories of people who amassed 25 properties. When we see them sitting in front of our property strategists like the team at Metropole, you'll find they've bought secondary properties in areas that haven't gone up, and they're stuck. In fact, we suggest it takes up to 30 years to get financially free. And the last lesson today, Paula, but keep watching this series of videos, is you can't just buy any property. You've only got to buy what we call investment grade properties. Sure, any property can become an investment. You kick the landlord out, put a tenant in, and they suddenly become an investment. But the investment grade is one that has wealth producing rates of return and is stable. It doesn't go up and down in value a lot. So maybe one last mistake, Paula. Take action. Rather than sitting on the sidelines where a lot of people are at the moment wondering what's going on with the market, Ahmed, I think my last lesson I'd like to leave Paula is don't procrastinate.
I think that's a great last lesson. Well, thanks, Michael. It's a great starting point for Paula, I think. And each week in this series, we'll be covering more investor mistakes in detail. Thank you, Michael.
My pleasure, Ahmed.